Apparently, the best videos are the ones that you plan the least. And you can see that by the fact that I haven't got out my tripod, I don't have any lights on, and my special cord for my receiver is in the image. Anyway, this video is going to be about, first of all, I'm very excited, obviously. Hello, Dibblings. How are you? This video is going to be a controversial opinion or a hot take that should not be a hot take, but I believe that it is. And that hot take is that just because you have a six-pack and you can lift a plate on each end of your barbell and press it for 10 reps or more, it does not mean that you're qualified to coach or that you're a good personal trainer. I yesterday went to a business sort of social event for business owners and business people, and it was a mingling event, and I gave out my card to a couple of people, and then an older gentleman was talking to me, and I feel very respected and glad that he gave me the light of day. And he was talking about, he knows his stuff. He has some physio exercises that he's done. He knows how to use weights, and he said he's had some trainers in the past that were quite younger than him and probably my age or maybe even younger. And he said that they didn't last very long because they were just getting him to do things that he couldn't do because they didn't understand what the effects of aging and having a hip replacement had done to him. And they were trying to give him really advanced exercises to do. And I feel like I'm really bad at selling myself because I don't like to feel like I'm gloating or something, but apparently I am really good at my job. And I hate saying that out loud because I have, like imposter syndrome, but I am good at my job. And I was telling this gentleman that I don't think those are good coaches, and I'm sorry that he had two or three in a row that didn't know what they were doing and were telling him to do things that were way too advanced for his ability at the time. But is it too much to ask that coaches know like progressions and regressions of certain exercises? Because if you're wanting to give someone a squat or a lunge or a deadlift or whatever, there are ways that you can work up to it. You don't just drop the weight. Like lightening the load is one thing, but if the person can't even do that movement pattern, there are ways that you can build them up to doing that movement pattern. We just start from the bare basics. You can do your leg extensions. You can do seated hamstring curls, seated leg extensions, not even on a machine, like literally just sitting in a chair and lifting your legs up and down. For really fit young people who are in their prime and super jacked and strong, sometimes it's hard for them to put on a different hat and pretend to be in someone else's shoes. That's a lot of clothing that's not yours, but you know what I mean? Like, I was telling this gentleman as well that I've had a lot of injuries that I've had to recover from, and I think that's been something that has helped me be able to feel or see, somehow experience in my mind what someone else is experiencing physically and mentally. That, and also the fact that I have my adaptive and inclusive trainer certification from Adaptive Training Academy, which teaches you how to train people with physical and cognitive disabilities. Usually these are long-term disabilities, but we talk about short-term disabilities as well. And the course is great in speaking about that. Can't say enough good things about the course. I've actually referred a couple of other people that I know that asked me about it to go and do it. So if you want this qualification for yourself, if you're a trainer, or if you're just someone that wants to know how to train yourself and you have injuries or disabilities, then please go and do this course by Adaptive Training Academy. And yeah, I have from pretty early on in my career trained people who were a lot older than me. Yeah, there are some older trainers and coaches around, but I feel like the majority of us are people in their 20s or 30s, and people who are just moving all the time, and it's hard to think, that someone else is like a lot but further behind you. For example, like I think that it's really, for me, it comes from, I don't want to underestimate someone's abilities. So I have that too. Like sometimes I think that someone can do something and they can't, but I ask them, like, you don't just assume. I'm like, is this easy for you? This is what I had in mind. And you have to also be good enough at your job to make someone feel comfortable enough to be honest with you and say, oh, I can't do this, or this is hard, or this is causing me pain. And then you should know how to fix that. If not immediately, with a little bit of research, and say, hold off, let's not do this. Let's wait until I figure out what's going to be better for you. And some coaches who are just ripped on the internet or have had, a really decorated sporting career on a state or national or international level, some of these people think that they're good coaches because they are good at a sport or at looking hot. And some of them are great, but coaching and being good at sport are two totally different things. And I think that my skill set is coaching. I was pretty decent at sports, but nothing crazy. I never played at a state level or a federal level. Do I think I had the capacity to? Sure, if that was really what I wanted to do and that's what I focused all my energy on. But it is totally a different set of skills. To have that lived experience is great. It definitely helps to have experience doing a lot of different physical activity, to be playing sports, to be in a gym, maybe have gone to do a powerlifting competition or a weightlifting competition or whatever other, a Tough Mudder, fun run sort of situation. Like, all of these little experiences are great because it helps you coach the people that are wanting to do those things. In saying that, some coaches know that having a niche is great. Like, some coaches are like, I've done a bodybuilding competition. I know everything there is about eating and training to look like this, and they do that. Some coaches are like, I just train, or I mainly train gymnastics competitors, or I mainly train people who want to run a marathon. I am not your guy because I don't like running. I'm not that into it. It's not my special interest. Like, I'll help you if you want, but just from a scientific point and a research point of view, I don't have any lived experience in that. What I do have lived experience in is healing from a lot of boo-boos, because I am clumsy and I have ADHD and I have played a lot of different sports and I've done, just a lot of physical things, and I ride a motorcycle. And I think these are the qualities that help me be a good coach. If you've listened to me ramble for this long, thank you, and I'm so curious as to what you were doing while you were listening to me, or if you were staring at me the whole time. Sorry for not making eye contact. I don't even know where the camera, there it is. Hello. So yes, if you are someone that is wanting to hire a coach, or you think you need help, the other thing that I discussed with this gentleman was the fact that I think you will get the most help from someone who has training in various modalities of body work. So I have my Swedish massage therapist certification. I was registered in Quebec, registered massage therapist, RMT. I am a fitness instructor. I'm a group fitness instructor. I'm an individual fitness instructor. And I have my adaptive and inclusive trainer certification. I have my fitness boxing certification. I have my pre and postnatal fitness certification. I think that, and you know what? I didn't graduate university. And I don't think you have to. I think people who actively know that there is a lot that they don't know, and they just want to find different types of information, and they have an open mind to different modalities, I think that's the best person to find to help you. Those people are what you need, because they're not just so laser focused on thinking this is the answer to everything, this is the answer to all of my clients' problems, and they just need to do this one specific form of yoga, or do this one specific form of calisthenics. I'm a very holistic person, and I think usually whoever you hire for whatever it is, whether it's building a house or training your body, if someone is a holistic thinker, if someone's open-minded, if someone is a knowledge seeker, if someone has a lot of life experience and is a good listener, that is another key skill. If you're a good listener, you're a great trainer. If you're a good listener, you are good at delivering services that your client needs. And I think I'm a great listener. And I think if you ask my friends, they would say that I'm a great listener. And if you ask any of my ex-partners, I don't have any right now, I'm single. Also, just to dispel any of the myths out there, this is totally got nothing to do with the rest of the video, but I like femmes and I like girls. Boys, Boys are okay. You got to be a really special boy for me to like you. But anyway, I digress. If you have any other questions about what makes a good coach or feelings about that, please put them in the comments. And I hope that this video was enlightening in some way, because sometimes I feel like I have enlightening things to say, but I just don't put them out there because I'm like, maybe they're not. Maybe this is very, very boring, because it's normal for me to have these thoughts. And I think that everyone has these thoughts, but they don't. And then I blow people's minds sometimes. And I just forget that there are a lot of people out there who haven't done a crazy amount of study on this specific topic like I have. So anyway, okay. Love you. Bye. Have a good day, weekend, week.